Hello everyone and welcome to this review of the Hyundai IX20. So this is the twin sister of my favourite small mini MPV or small car, the Kia Venga. So this is the sportier, better looking sister of the two, I would say. And basically is the mini MPV or jacked up version of the Hyundai i10, and the Venga is the jacked up version of the Kia Rio. So let's have a look around. You can see the side profile, you can see it very much is like the Rio, but there's some slight tweaks in that there's a slightly more tauter front, slightly aggressive lighting there, light to give it that little sportier look, and you've got this nice little pattern on the grills there, so it just gives it that slightly nicer, sportier look, at the more aggressive look at the front. And these little eyebrow things, the creases on the bonnet really do help, and that's really good for aerodynamics as well. So it's not just there for aesthetics, it does actually serve a purpose. As I say, looking at the side, it practically looks the same as the Venga. And then again, a bit like the front, the rear is a little bit more sportier compared to the Venga. So you got slightly more smaller, more aggressively styled lights there that link in with the sporty theme. And I like how it like swoops in like that, and then all wraps it all the way around, and then tapers off. And it gives, it's actually quite nice this how it just flares out a little bit, gives it, breaks up what is otherwise a very big door. So nice little design cues there just to break it up, make it look that much better. So overall this looks more sportier, more aggressive than the Venga, although let's not get ahead of ourselves, it's still a cutesy little thing, isn't it? It's just that little bit more attractive. And the same actually goes for the interior. So here we have nice piano black accents there, door trim. You look in the interior, the center cluster is again that little bit more jazzier. Of course, is the automatic version. And then the seats, I like how these designs reflect the patterns on the front grille, so that's quite good. And the seats again, a bit like the Venga, are very supportive. And again, if you look at the height, it's at waist height, and so it's really good for those with mobility difficulties, or the elderly, or even the young, you know, when you feel like you just don't want to be plonking down, hurting your back on a low slung seat, you just want to just slide in. Well, this is perfect for that. Oh, so I left the central locking on there. But looking at the back, whoever looked after, had this, did look after it. Look at that, seats are like new. This is an 8-year-old car, 31,000 miles, but nonetheless it looks like they haven't used the rears. So these seats do recline a bit, so don't think that it's too upright. So you've got plenty of space, loads of headroom, just like the Venga, same basically. And if we look at the back, gosh, look at that huge boot. And again, no load lip, so it will be easy to get things in and out of. And quite handily on this one, you've got the rubber strip there, and underneath you've got all the accessories there. I think this is, yeah, it's got the spare wheel underneath, space saver spare wheel underneath there. Close that. Alright, let's go for a quick little test drive. So drive wise, the dynamics are exactly the same as the Kia Venga. Same excellent visibility all round. Obviously the mirrors are slightly sportier looking, but yes, it is pretty much same as usual, but obviously with a slightly different dash design. And I would say you do feel like you're sitting a bit lower down on the Hyundai, so it's supposed to feel a bit sportier to drive in that regard, but otherwise, yeah, in terms of comfort, road noise, visibility, all the same as you get in the Kia Venga, which means all good things, doesn't it, really, for if you want a comfortable, practical, easy to get in and out of car, family runabout. There we go, lovely. Let's go for a final review. Okay, so we've just gone for a test drive, and no surprises there, very much like the Kia Venga. It's just because of the slightly sporty interior, it just feels a little bit more pleasant to drive or be in. Of course, this is middle of the range, so this is the Venga Active, so very much like the other, sorry, this is the IX20 Active, very much like the Kia Venga Model 2, which is middle of the range, so it hasn't got like the leather seats or the pan roof, so you can go for what you call the style model and it will give you the pan roof, and of course you've got the option of sat nav, etc. But this has got Bluetooth, it's got the stereo on it, and you're going to use your Google Maps anyway, so these sort of things. My main thing is, look, you got armrest, alright, just for the driver, but I'm the driver, so that's the main thing. I think less to go wrong. I know, and as they age, all these multimedia units age badly as well, so you just want the basics really. So that's what I would go for. I'd go for this middle of the range in both cases. So highly reliable, cheap to run, cheap to insure. What more is there to say? So this beats the Kia Venga on looks, but in turn, when you buy second hand, it costs that little bit more, a few £100 more than the Kia Venga. So if you want to save a little bit of money, then go for the Venga, but I would say it might actually be worth paying the few hundred. Don't worry about saving a few £100, just pay the extra and get the IX20. Actually, it just looks better, and you'll get your money back when you come to sell it on. So yeah, I won't name this my favourite, I'm going to name it my joint favourite, because with the Venga, and I'll let you guys choose according to the design you want, or if you want to save a bit of money. But yes, definitely highly recommended. Top reliability, looks nice, holds its value, cheap to run, and what can I say, a lovely ATB vehicle. Please do like and subscribe, and see you soon. Bye bye.